With the quarterfinals of the Trios tournament in the books, let's see how the remainder of the bracket looks. The Pop Art Flyers advance over Team Honeysuckle Cabin in a match that was filled with its share of team turmoil and action. Killian and his Goons with a new look, Big Dust, took out Team Degeneration Hex with a big boy, Rust. Technical Team 2000 was defeated by Salt the Snow, and it looks like there's no stopping this dominant trio. And while he might be the champ and a very good professional wrestler, he moves to my Marty list after his team's victory, for sure. He wasn't a team player, which upon that I frown, but Abby, Abs, and he still beat Camp Drop Down. The final four of our trio's tournament is set of what is shaping up to be a night we won't soon forget.
As it's time, once again, folks, for more action here at Camp Leapfrog. I am Blake Chadwick as our first semifinal at our 2020 Christmas Trios Tournament is on the horizon. As Killian McMurphy and the Goons make their way out here, they knocked off Degeneration Hex in our quarterfinals, and they will take on the Pop Art Flyers, who of course got by the Honeysuckle Cabin in our opening bout here today. And McMurphy and the Goons here, as here come their opponents, Boomer Hadfield, Molly McCoy, and of course, the living, breathing piece of art, Still Life, with apricots and pears. And this will certainly be a big-time affair. And of course, the winner of this heads on to the finals to conclude the year 2020 and the winter session here at Camp Leapfrog. As now we're going to head back to the ring with official introductions of this semifinal bout.
Undefeated, not a loss yet. Tell him, video game nerd.
As Killian McMurphy here, trying to get under the skin of the campers. Let's head back to the ring. As that is certainly not Big Dust. That looks to be Eel O'Neill.
And their opponents, the team of Still Life with apricots and pears.
Some of the favorites here at Camp Leapfrog. And of course, for those of you watching live on IWTV,
You got this, Dustin. I got it. You are more handsome than ever. You're better at wrestling than ever. Yes.
as that's certainly not Big Dust, regardless of what he'll try to say. And the campers know exactly what's going on here. As bell sounds, we are underway. First semifinal in our 2020 Christmas Trios Tournament. The Pop Art Flyers taking on Killian McMurphy and his Goons. Referee Chris Bankos assigned to this contest. And Miles Millennium. Starting things off here with Molly McCoy. M squared versus M squared. Looks like we could have a test of strength to start things off. And they cinched hands here. They're locked in. And now the fight to the finish. Who's going to be able to gain the upper hand here? Molly McCoy puts her foot behind the leg of Miles Millennium, giving her some momentum here. And McCoy trying to utilize her strength to stay on the advantage. And Millennium here back to a vertical base and stops right on that injured toe of Molly McCoy. I briefly discussed it in the opening quarterfinal that she hurt her toe back in training just a few weeks ago, back on December 8th. And Miles Millennium has that well scouted. And there's a Beal out of the corner. The strength on display of Molly McCoy. And McCoy, one more time going back the other way. And Molly McCoy there makes the tag right into Boomer Hatfield. And now the double teams will ensue. The Irish whip to the far side buckle. McCoy sends Hatfield in with a European uppercut. He drops right down. And a little poetry in motion by the Pop Art Flyers. The Inseguri by Hatfield. McCoy off the middle turnbuckle. The back senton. Here we go. There's a cover. Hatfield. Oh. And he can't even make the cover before Millennium slips down. And that's Big Dust. As there's a single leg pickup by Hatfield. Nice athleticism here by the alleged Big Dust. And taken right down with an arm drag by Boomer Hatfield. And Hatfield here starting to turn things up a notch. In a fireman's carry. He's got him, turns him around. Oh, and Hatfield takes him down with the arm drag. And the double knees right to the chest. Here we go, 2. And a near fall. And Big Dust heads out the ring. And Killian McMurphy is in. Remember, Lucha Libre rules are in effect as Still Life makes her first appearance in the semifinals. And those long limbs of Still Life looking to give her and her team an advantage here. Here we go, into a crucifix. And look how quickly Still Life can get into a pinning combination with those legs. And now into a submission just as easily. Modified full Nelson here. But wait, Still Life's shoulders were down. She needs to be careful. Turns her over. She might have been more effective if she dropped back and held the bridge. Here we go. There's a fruit roll-up attempt almost. And it was unable to get the victory as McCoy sends Millennium to the outside. Now an advantage here for the Pop Art Flyers. The double team with the back elbow sends down McMurphy. McCoy now hooks the outside leg. And she gets 2. And McCoy right back with a series of strikes. The Irish whip. And it's going to be reversed into the McMurphy corner. And Big Dust, Eel O'Neill, whatever you want to call him, he gets knocked off the apron. And Millennium holds the boots of Molly McCoy. The numbers game playing a role right here. As McMurphy stretches that count almost all the way to 5. Referee Chris Bankos administering his count. And now McMurphy targeting that toe, that foot of Molly McCoy. Only gets 2 there. But it appears as McMurphy and his goons had this well scouted. As Molly McCoy now writhing in pain. It appears as if, at least for now, she will continue. But this has got to be a debilitating sequence for her as the damage continues to be done. Just working over that left foot. Now she's turned over. And the alleged Big Dust cinching in a half crab, almost an ankle lock submission. And Boomer Hatfield and Still Life trying to rally this crowd behind their partner and help the Pop Art Flyers head on in to the finals. As McMurphy just twisting that left foot of Molly McCoy. She has nowhere to go. And you have to give it to her. A lot of heart, a lot of determination. That never say die attitude. As right now it is all Killian McMurphy and company. And McCoy trying to wiggle free, but she's unable to. As McMurphy and his goons doing a great job of isolating Molly McCoy in their corner. Here we go. Oh! And the big boot says Eel O'Neill right back. Creates a bit of separation, but McCoy sticks the boot up. Here comes Millennium. He's going to give it a try. He's sent to the outside. And now McMurphy will the third time be a charm. And the low bridge over the top he goes. But right back on McCoy is the alleged Big Dust. And McCoy here trying to fight back. Drops down with a stunner. That creates the separation she needs. And she's desperately looking for the tag here. Oh! And just like that, Still Life and Boomer Hatfield pulled off the apron. And Molly McCoy right back to a very precarious position in the center of the ring. Nowhere to go. This crowd desperately trying to rally behind Molly McCoy. They got by Degeneration Hex and Killian and his goons. I don't know if they anticipated this tough of a battle against the Pop Art Flyers, but they certainly had a strategy heading into this semifinal. And if you've been watching all evening long on IWTV, still a couple of bouts left to go. Still time to tell your family, friends, and everyone you know that Christmas Trios is not over yet. And Molly McCoy, she's not done yet, as she's fighting hard. And she's fighting out of the belly-to-back suplex. Off the ropes goes Molly McCoy. Ducks underneath McCoy. And sends him right back. As McCoy doing her best to fight back. And now Molly McCoy, she needs to make the tag. And McCoy, there's a tag in a Miles Millennium. And here comes the living, breathing piece of art. It's Still Life with apricots and pears. The standing drop kick. She sends Millennium into the far side corner. Comes right out there. And a bulldog. Here comes Big Dust. Turns it around. Blue Thunder Bomb. 1, 2, and somehow Still Life kicks out. Hatfield is it now. This one's starting to break down a bit. Hatfield with the Michinoku driver. Millennium picks him right back up into the backstabber. And Molly McCoy measuring up Millennium. And the drop kick sends him reeling into the McMurphy corner. The winner of this heads on to the finals. And now the double teams here. Millennium and McMurphy. Oh, and McCoy spins out. She sends the partners into each other. Here comes Still Life. It's 6 feet of fun with the fruit roll up. And that'll do it. She attempted it earlier on, was unable to get the dupe, but this time, the 6 feet of fun known as Still Life with Apricots and Pears pulls off the fruit roll-up and gets the win. And now the Pop Art Flyers head on into the finals. Now for our second semifinal, let's head to my broadcast colleague, Joe Dombrowski.